Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled among rolling hills and lush forests, an old man named Harry Potter lived out his twilight years. Harry, the legendary wizard who had saved the wizarding world from the dark forces of Lord Voldemort, had long since retired from his adventures. Now, he devoted his days to his beloved family and teaching his grandchildren the wonders of magic. Harry lived in a charming cottage with his wife Ginny, surrounded by the laughter and love of their children and grandchildren. The magical house had been enchanted to adapt to the ever-growing family, with rooms appearing and disappearing as needed. The garden, filled with vibrant, magical plants, was a place where the children often gathered to learn about herbology and magical creatures. Harry's grandchildren adored their grandfather, and they eagerly soaked up the stories he told of his youth at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. The tales of battles fought, friendships forged, and challenges faced were passed down to the next generation, who listened with wide-eyed wonder. In his last days, Harry made it a point to share all his knowledge and skills with his grandchildren, teaching them not only how to cast spells, but also the importance of love, kindness, and bravery. They gathered around the fireplace in the evenings, as Harry, his voice softened by age, recounted his adventures and imparted his wisdom. The old wizard's eyes would sparkle as he taught his grandchildren how to transfigure objects, levitate feathers, and brew potions. They spent hours practicing their wand movements and incantations under Harry's watchful eye. And, of course, they learned how to play Quidditch, the magical sport that had brought Harry and Ginny so much joy in their youth. On warm, sunny afternoons, the family would gather in the meadow behind their cottage for Quidditch matches. Harry, though his body was frail, still managed to fly on his old Nimbus 2000, laughing and cheering as he watched his grandchildren soar through the air, chasing after the elusive golden snitch. As the days passed, the old wizard knew his time was coming to an end. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the stars began to twinkle in the sky, Harry gathered his grandchildren around him. They sat on the soft grass, their faces illuminated by the flickering light of a nearby lantern, as Harry spoke. "My dear ones," he began, his voice trembling slightly, "I've lived a long, full life. I've seen the darkest depths and the highest peaks of our world. But know this, the greatest magic I've ever known is the love of family and friends." The children listened, their eyes wide and full of love, as Harry continued. "Our time together is drawing to a close, but I want you to remember the lessons I've taught you. Be brave, be kind, and always stand up for what's right. Magic is a gift, but the true power lies within your hearts." As the moon rose high in the sky, Harry's voice grew weaker. He looked into the eyes of each of his grandchildren, filled with pride and love. And then, with a final smile and a gentle squeeze of their hands, the legendary wizard closed his eyes for the last time. The following morning, the magical world awoke to the news that the great Harry Potter had passed away. The loss was felt deeply, but the legacy of the boy who lived on through his family and the generations to come. For in the hearts of his grandchildren, the magic of Harry Potter would never fade. And as they went forth into the world, guided by his wisdom and love, they carried on the light he had brought to the wizarding world, ensuring that the darkness would never rise again.